Alrighty, so here we are. Where are we? I was watching these. This is what I mainly uh, want to talk about. It. Where am I here? Uh, because I saw, what's his name? Oh, fuck, I missed it. It's an Englishman that lives in a van. A nice fella. Mad something. Mad Van something. I will find it. And then he was talking about some people complaining about parking and whatnot on in the van life and stuff. But then to live in a van, it's a lifestyle. It's but nowadays is a fad. People do it because they open a YouTube channel and they can monetize. And let's be realistic. uh, I I was teaching English before. I brought this to the internet, and I am intending to monetize also. Like this vlog, I don't intend to monetize. This vlog, I intend to find people that want to discuss my ideas eventually or talk to me about it, Preferentially more knowledgeable people, Like, I don't want to be bullshitting about. But yeah, so live in a van. You're not free. Man. That's one thing. I bought a van, a camper van in Amsterdam, and I had to sell it for half of what I bought it because it's really hard to find places. There are countries that you're not even allowed to live in this kind of accommodation during the winter times. So you gotta really go to remote areas, to be really. Even if you become a pilgrim, you really have to be in remote areas, and depending where you go, if anyone finds you, they will. You can be fined because it can be like, I don't know, an area that is protected, or it can be private, or whatever it is. So it's really, really hard to unplug. Even if you like, we hear that some people may have faked their death, such as Michael Jackson and whatnot. Uh, but even that way, some people will know about you. You can't really unplug though. You can find ways to, that the ways I am trying to get away from. But this is kind of inevitable as well. This is, this working from home thing, and it's going to increase, within the next years a lot more. And but yeah, it's you can try to detach a bit and get away a little bit. Create some distance from certain routines, but you're always gonna be in the matrix though. It's live in a van. Man, I always everybody had this. I mean, a lot of people had this dream or this fantasy of living in a van and whatnot. But yeah, I always had, even though I also had this dream or this plan, this experience, but I lived in New Zealand in quite a few random places. In Amsterdam, back in my days, I squatted, so we lived in, but not van. But in New Zealand, I lived in cabins and in tent for a little while. But that was more like an experience. But I enjoy it. I think it's pretty cool. And but nowadays, because I want to work with technology, that's why for me, van. I don't like driving. That's one thing I always had with vehicles. It's because I'm not a big fan of driving, as I have mentioned in this channel already. I am also not a good one. I have had a few accidents, and I don't know. I just don't like driving. I never did. And so yeah, live like a pilgrim. You can if you have a laptop, and at the moment I couldn't because of desktop, and but I think you can minimize things. Yeah, like obviously I got a big screen and whatnot, but yeah, you can minimize things. It depends what you want to do. But it feels a bit uh, ironic because I see a lot of people talking about some things with an iPhone on their hand, and they can't connect stuff. They don't know how a database works. I didn't also. Hey, I'm not blaming anybody or judging anybody. Hey, far from me, guys. I'm someone that is basically starting to educate myself now. Before I only knew how to work hard, really hard, and after I started to learn about transforming raw material in alcohol, like distilling and all that kind of stuff. That's when I became a mixologist, and then it started to involve a little bit of chemistry, and so I started to uh, feel interested. I started to like that stuff. But then after I stopped drinking, and so now I decided to do the same with technology. Like, and it's pretty cool to study when you were older. Because I think you give more value to it. You give more weight to what you are doing. Even though I still think I'm too um, self-critical. Like sometimes I see situations that I see that oh yeah, you're doing well on that. So why I always trying to advance things. And again, this is something that I'm discussing with the therapist, because there are chances that there can be some kind of a little bug, little bug that was put in my system during my programming, and it's fixable, like a bug, it's fixable. I think that the bigger step I have already done, that is start cleaning my body and my mind, uh, dropping or giving up habits and things that at least I know how much that can harm me, and understand forgiveness. And because must say that it's not that I don't feel, but I don't want anymore. I don't want anything bad to happen to whoever did anything to me. It's I see the opposite now. I see the contrary. I see today with a vision that everybody commits mistakes. If they did something to me, I may have done something that they didn't like. So we just move on. And just move on, because nothing there is going to change. We can't move any of that sand, so might as well just look ahead. And then I was looking to these show now that it's oops here, an Irish, or it's the immigration stuff, yeah, Border Interceptor. So yeah, I was just thinking about that. Like some people, there are so many sources of information nowadays, and I am here always with ChatGPT, and it's a source of database, guys. Like a lot of people, it's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. It's like, come on, man, you need information nowadays. It's either that, or it's been years already that a kid had 10 times more information than rum, like you know, an emperor from back in the days, you know. So we already know that, you know, we already know that nowadays information, c'est la vie, eh? I'm trying to just cope with it, you know, just learn how to cope with, and, you know, it's still a lot for me to learn, man. I wish I were more intelligent, you know, and, uh, but yeah, you know, you like now bringing the English course to the internet or to the web fully. It's a lot of work because, you know, you see a lot of stuff and then you want to do better, you want to bring more, and, you know, it's a lot of, I mean, it's not enough time at all, you know, because you gotta work, I have to study, and, you know, and then do these and then teach. So it's, yeah, it's not easy, but it's, you know, once you start to see the joy of the process, I think that's, you know, me, for example, now I'm doing another test again. I have the phone connected wirelessly to the computer, and then I'm using the camera because it's a better quality, and I can see already that it is indeed better quality. So, you know, I'm trying everything that I can. You know, I know that this is not going to last forever. I'm not going to be in this position of being able to find so much time to myself, which I am, because, you know, eventually I will stop studying and I will get back to full time work and all that. Like, I'm working full time, but you know what I mean is that, you know, so you always have to have a routine. You know what I mean? And now, you know, it's literally because I stopped drinking, and that already gives you a lot more time, you know. So I sleep, small patterns, you know, and I don't know if that's right or wrong. It's working for me. You know, I'm being able to study a lot more. You get a bit lost sometimes with time and stuff, but because I have some, you know, students and classes, so I can still keep track of days and stuff. But the holiday month, I was a bit lost, yeah, because I had, that's why I have the calendar there, yeah, because my students also took a couple of weeks off. So I was for 2 weeks like just studying, and doing things and trying things, recording, trying effects, trying transitions, and trying to, you know, use text to speech here, text to speech there, which has the best pose. Because eventually my course, it will become an app or a web page. I have already created a bot, so my students could, I wouldn't have to be, because they send me the audios and I correct everything, eh? I listen to everything and I correct everything, but there is database already for that. You know, ChatGPT, it's an example of it. You can have the speaking mode, and you can talk as it was a person. We have Bro here in the channel already, yeah? We had Bro here in the channel already. So that's what I intend to do. I create the bot, but I have to pay for each. It has, I think it's 4 or 6 tokens they call or something. And then you know, I don't have, I can't afford that at the moment. But I have also created a web page that learned my methodology and helps me to do the homework. So, you know, literally all the pile of paper like this that I had with sentences and verbs and, you know, all of that, it's, I don't even need to scan it, like, because before when the internet started, I was scanning things and bringing digital, yeah, because I want exactly that. Now I can just tell ChatGPT and say, or this platform that it has learned, what's the name of it? It's on the other. Oh, it's not here. Yeah, it's on the other. Let me see. Oh no, but it's gonna open here, no? Oh. It's called, no. not here either. Yeah, I don't remember. It was here somewhere. I can. If anyone wants to know, just leave me a message and I'll send it privately because probably nobody will anyway. But yeah, ChatGPT already also does that. You know, you can give something to it and it's gonna learn, and then it can talk to you about it. But yeah, so eventually that's what I'm intending, you know, and then you're gonna say, oh, they already have that Duolingo that does that. Yeah, it's basically, you know, that's the idea of it. But just because I have the methodology from my professor, that one, where you have the, you know, like simple past, simple present, present continuous, past continuous, simple past, present perfect, and then, you know, every auxiliary verb in English, it's in the tip of the fingers, and then outside in blue you have which form of the verb you're gonna use, like, because in English you have only five, yeah, like first, second, third, first with an S, first with an ing. That's how I tell my students so they can memorize faster. But yeah, so you know, it's something that I can present. Is still on Duolingo style, but with my teacher's methodology, yeah? Which is very, very efficient. Like, I can assure you that it makes someone understand the language, makes anyone understand the language, like. It makes anyone be able to communicate in a month too. If the person wants to study and focus on it, yeah, easy peasy lemon squeezy. But yeah, right. I think that was mainly. I just didn't want to lose another day, like miss another day, because I haven't. I was studying. I was preparing to get back to class, so I did like 24 hours straight studying. And as I was watching a little bit to relax, because then I went to school today. I watched a class that was from previous term, thinking that was going to be the same, and then it was another teacher, and the class was different, so it was a little bit confusing. And I sat down really far from the board, and I had my reading glasses on. I need to take the other glass from far. I never thought I would wear them, but then now I found a utility for it. If I want to sit in the last row, I have to have the distance one. If I want, and it's going to be tricky because I'm going to have to be computer, and I don't like to sit there in the front, so that's going to be it. And I don't like those glasses also that are half and half, because I get really dizzy. Alright, cool. So yeah, then I got home, you know, I am thinking 9 o'clock, I need to eat something. But I was watching this to relax a little bit, and I like to watch these guys, especially the Irish one, you know, I like the accent. And I just saw this woman in a van, and the guys just stopped her, and she didn't have the receipt for some goods, and they just took it away. I'm not judging or saying, you know, anything. I'm just saying that that's not freedom. Yeah, she may have stolen, I don't know. You normally have a receipt, or you never know what happened, yeah? But yeah, you're not free living in a van. Sorry to say that. And you'll never be, because if you're in a van, you're moving, you're always gonna have to put up with rules. C'est la vie. Alright, if I get anything to add up later on, I'll add up here. If not, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about all these insights I've had. Am I right? Am I wrong? Tell me what you think whenever you watch, if you do. See you around.